What's up everyone, how are you doing? Moses here, beginning another Path of Exile video. This time I respect the Frostbolt occultist and respect into a life this time, not a low life, life elementalist. And this time I went with GC. The occultist felt really nice for clear, but when it came to single target, damage was a bit low, and after playing the Trapper for the past couple of weeks in the Delve League, killing Uber Elder, like, grinding, killing bosses, um, it felt a bit weak against map bosses and Elder and so on. So I just now spec'd into, we are level 86. I have maybe 5% into this. I basically just tested this a little bit and it feels really good, really strong. I just did a villa map and I decided to make a quick video before I start the stream, so we'll have this to reference to. Alright, so let's go first of all over the links. Glacial Cascade, Spell Echo, Faster Casting, Ice Bite, Fizz to Lightning, and Control Destruction. Over here, the Helm enchant increase Glacial Cascade damage rather than the conversion like the Miner. Here we actually want to make use of the Fizz to Lightning to have additional lightning damage, so that we can also use our Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice for the lightning and cold damage penetration that the ascendancy gives us. So over here we got Orb of Storms with power charge on crit, blind support, and chain. This, you just drop that and you get all your power charges through this, and this will of course chain outside of the area of the Orb of Storms and also blind enemies, which makes a nice defensive mechanism. Over here I got Val Righteous Fire with increased duration linked with Phase Run. Phase Run is a really nice boost. The problem with it is that it consumes Frenzy Charges. Frenzy Charges gives us a lot of cast speed and a lot of damage increase. I haven't decided about this one for this particular build. We are using it with the Trapper currently, and it does feel kind of nice in the mine, so for now I'm using it, but maybe we'll change it later on. Val Righteous Fire gives us a big more multiplier, currently at level 17, 36% more spell damage during the effect of Val Righteous Fire, linked with increased duration. We get almost 7 seconds of more spell damage. Very good against bosses. Just melts everything down super quickly. Our Herald device is a bit low. I picked ones I just made this character basically. So Herald device with Enlighten level 3, Herald of Thunder, and a Hatred. Currently is our mana reservation. This is possible thanks to the ascendancy that reduces the Herald effects. That reduces mana reservation of Herald skills by 25%, along with Enlighten gives us a big chunk of mana, which is just enough for us to be able to continuously leech and sustain our mana pool and cast our spells. So that's what they have on the gloves here. Over here I got cast on damage taken, currently at level 5. We're keeping the level 8 in Feeble. I picked one with quality. So that whenever we take damage, we have that cast on damage taken, cast on enemies with the Immortal Call and increased duration. Summon Stone Golem, should probably change it to crit Golem, but yeah, I just had that and it's nice to have in lab, so I picked it up for now. We still haven't done our Uber lab, so I'm going to keep it for now, but then we'll move on to the crit Golem. With faster casting Flame Dash, I moved away from the Lightning Warp. As much as I absolutely love the Lightning Warp, it's just 4 links and it is not efficient. There's no justification to use it over something like Chain and Blind for our power charge on crit Orb of Storms. Chain and Blind provide just so much utility. For clear, we instantly get our power charges through Chain, and of course enemies will then be blind with a small percent to blind enemies, so it's a big defensive mechanism for us to take advantage of, and it's just, there's no justification other than that even with a 4 link and 20% quality gems, Lightning Warp just does not feel as cohesive, as responsive as Flame Dash does. You just click, point and click, and you immediately teleport to the other way. No delay, almost no delay, and the cooldown, of course, you know, was buffed, the cooldown recovery, and you can see how quick it is. And you know, Flame Dash is only level 14, so it's going to get even more cooldown, and the distance is going to increase from level 14 currently until level 20. We're going to get a couple more, you know, distance going to be available for us through leveling up this gem. So this is the current setup for all the links. When it comes to the gear, I just focused a lot on attack speed. I picked up these Shaper gloves with a lot of life and resist and increased cast speed. Over here, cast speed, crit for spells, life resists, so spell damage. Glacial Cascade, as mentioned before, is our helm enchant. Those are pretty cheap. The conversion ones are the ones that cost multiple exalts, so if you're making something like this, well, the rest of the gear is not so cheap, so I don't know. Either way, strength, life resists. Over here, this is self-found, which is the reason why I decided to even make myself a self-caster, because it just feels like so amazing for a skill like, well, Blade Vortex, I guess, and also Glacial Cascade. Because it's a physical skill, getting physical as extra lightning is actually quite great for us with the elemental penetration, with the crit chance for spells. We were also able to craft spell damage, and there's still suffix open. Maybe I'll try and slam it. I'm not going to do it right now because we're a bit low on currency, and I would want to change this to a lower weave, but maybe we'll slam it and maybe we hit global crit multi, which would basically be perfect for us for a build like this. The boots still don't have an enchant, cast and attack speed if you've killed recently for map kill, for map clear, and damage penetration if you haven't killed recently for bosses. So yeah, these are our boots for now, and of course, you know, crit multi. I found this one for only 1 exalt, seems pretty good. I was able to craft some mana on it because why not? And yeah, crit multi, and bunch of life, bunch of strength for more life. Very solid. Of course, you can get you know, even more ham on the amulet slot. There's Shapers or Elders amulets with non-chaos as extra chaos damage and all that kind of stuff. Physical as extra chaos will definitely benefit a build like this, because we are 100% physical converted to 60% cold and 40% lightning. So any additional extra damage mods like we have over here is definitely going to benefit for us. But you know, again, early on the league, maybe we'll change this amulet to get some extra damage mods, but for now, big crit chance, crit multi seems to be very good. Mark of the Shaper, which gives us up to 80% increased spell damage if your other ring is an Elder item. Our other ring is in fact self-crafted Elder ring that gives us some fire damage to spell, which is a bit irrelevant, but curses enemies with level 8 Warlord's Mark, as well as that tier 1 Cold Res. This is what provides us the bonus for Mark of the Shaper, and the Leech, life and mana leech. Well, mana leech mostly, life we do get, of course, from the ascendancy. And I was able to get 43 to maximum life. On the belt we have some resistances that we need, and this is also self-crafted, global crit multi, cast speed, and some life. Resistance wise, we are in fact triple balanced, so I am using Wise Oak, which gives us 15% Elipen for lightning and for cold, which is our, you know, most of our focus in damage. The only fire we're getting is actually from this ring, which is, you know, kind of nice. If you look at the GC, we see that the majority, of course, is cold and lightning, but a small fire damage as well, thanks to that ring and all the spell damage and such. That's the final result. Yeah, so we are triple balanced, so we get our fire res, cold res, and lightning res, so we get elemental damage reduction from the Wise Oak during Flask effect, and elemental penetration for lightning and cold, as well, of course, as the mastermind of Discord that provides with 25. This gives us 40% Elipen, which is pretty huge in total during Flask effect. Yeah, currently using Impulsa, but seriously considering to change to a lower weave. Again, we are a bit low. I only have 7 Exalteds. I had exactly 28 Exalteds just yesterday, but you know, buying stuff is expensive, and I do have enough rings, exactly enough rings for a lower weave. We've got 60 rings, but I need to link it later. That's probably the hard part. I need to divine it, so this is going to require some more resources. For now, I am using the impulses. Of course, lower weaves gives that awesome, probably best in slot, let's be honest, for a build like this. Although we are shocking, so we get increased damage if we've shocked, and increased effectiveness of shock, and of course the explosions are very, very, very nice to have, because, you know, it just helps the clear a bit more. So yeah, impulses for now, lower weave probably for later. It's just too much elemental damage reduction with the ADO resist, increased crit, increased elemental damage, life, mana rarity. Seems pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I believe we covered all the gear. Flask setup is totally interchangeable at the moment. We just have a staunching instant flask, chemist of heat, chemist to allow 2 uses off of a basalt. You want to make sure it rolls 23, 24, or 25, because 22 will actually make it consume 31 out of 60, and you all have 1 use, and then you have to kill, gain 1 charge, and be able to use again. So during boss fights, you'll have actual 2 uses that each last 5.4 seconds. The boss will die pretty quickly. Over here, Experimenter's Diamond Flask. We are crit build. You could alternatively, for boss fights and, you know, some big targets, or Chayula Breach, use the Alchemist. Instead of the Alchemist, you could use, and I actually bought a perfectly rolled one, 2015 physical and 15 elemental, as extra chaos damage during flask effect that you can replace the adrenaline with. But for now, the utility of just the movement speed just makes, you know, everything so much smoother. So I'm keeping this at bay for now, and when we do some bosses, or if we get the chance to do a Chayula Breach, I'll definitely use the Serious Promise for the chaos res and for the, you know, 35% more multiplier. It's actually pretty huge if you look at it right now. Let's wait until it changes. 125 turns into 153, so it's kind of a huge damage increase for us, as you can see at the bottom there, that extra chaos damage. But again, for now I'm using the adrenaline, yeah, Wise Oak as mentioned, and these are our flasks. Couple more words about the tree. I did pick up Whispers of Doom and the Curse effectiveness to be able to both cast our Warlord's Mark on hit and Enfeeble for our defensives. The damage of this build is incredible, but defensive wise we do need some things that will help us stay alive. I'm planning on going deep with this character in the delves, and you know, stuff can one-shot you very, very easily there, and I'm not using Mind Over Matter, so we're going to try and avoid damage through the chain blind that we have on our Orb of Storms, as well as Enfeeble that we have from Whispers of Doom, additional curse on top of the leech from Warlord's Mark on hit, and Acro Phase Acro to further dodge more damage. This is our tree. We are grabbing the life, crit, Acro Phase Acro as mentioned, the Shadow Life nodes, the Shadow Global Physical Damage nodes that will scale GC since it is a physical spell. Crit of Trickery, yeah, more spell damage here, Written in Blood, Doom casts for the crit multi, and life nodes, more crit multi, and yeah. A Jewel Socket over here, global crit multi with lightning, with cold skills. I want to mention, don't get lightning skills or elemental skills. We are dealing, I mean, elemental, yeah, crit multi with elemental skills will work, but crit multi with lightning skills will not work. We are dealing lightning damage, but our skill tag says spell AoE cold, so lightning is not one of these. although both are elemental. So crit multi with elemental damage won't work, and it won't multiply the portion of the physical lightning that you're using or the extra damage as lightning that we have. That's not how it works. It will multiply the entire damage that we deal with, you know, additional crit multi, if it is for an elemental skill, if it is for a cold skill, doesn't matter. So yeah, crit with cold, crit with just generic global crit multi, as well as some life. Second jewel node, and currently the only one. I'm very just got started and respect the character's level 86. I still haven't done my Uber lab. So yeah, Uber lab, we are going to get the Shaper of Desolation for the conflux bonus. Alternatively, if you feel like it, you could get Leader the Primordial, although I don't know exactly how you fit two golems here and have some minion life, because you don't need minion resist because they become immune to elemental damage, I believe. Is that true? Am I lying? No. Your golems are immune to elemental damage, so you need like a 3-link for 2 golems and a and a minion life, if you want to make use of that, and then you get the increased buff effect, and it's pretty nice to have, and they will survive since they're immune to elemental. You know, maybe a 4-link with Fortify, you probably want to link them, and I really don't see how I place a 4-link here, so the other option is to Shaper of Desolation with the conflux action that we are going to get, or just pick up a couple of increased elemental damage, increased elemental, that's 20% with 6 Eli Res and chance to freeze, shock, and ignite, that you can also get 1 and 2, just the small baby nodes. I'm going to go for the conflux. Of course, it's up to you. The core of the build is Master of Discord and Mastermind of Discord, Paragon, Calamity, and Pendulum of Destruction, of course, to the Elementalist. Yeah. Alright, so we were here. Crit, some life nodes, still one to pick up over here. We are again only level 86. Couple more jewel sockets will be picked up for sure. We have a 2 skill node right over here, and then another right over here, so 2 more for the next 4 level. Level 90 is totally, you know, feasible. Even more. We're gonna grab probably even more. I feel like I'm going to be playing this character for a bit. So yeah, I do have another jewel that I picked up for only 5 chaos, double crit multi and global physical damage, and it actually rolled perfect, 18, 16, 12. So very nice jewel over here. What else? Quick recovery. This is totally up to you. I mean, if you want to go around with just 1 curse, it's totally fine, but I feel like the curse effectiveness and Feeble will give us a big defensive bonus, and we're going to test it out. If it doesn't feel right, I will probably unspec this entire tree, this entire side of the tree, including these life nodes, and get into this node and pick up Unnatural Instinct. Unnatural Instinct is a new jewel. I'm going to show it to you right now. Unnatural Instinct, currently 500 chaos, is a jewel that makes us acquire or allocate small passive skill in a radius, grant nothing, grants all bonuses to unallocated small passive skills in a radius. So basically what it means is, if we look at skill tree right here, we can see the radius exactly of what is going on? Close ad. Alright, so the radius right here, basically what it means is that if we pick up this jewel socket through the attack speed nodes in a small radius, you can see the highlighted dots, the highlighted passive skill nodes that we are getting are going to be the small ones. What does it mean? Not the big ones, not the medium ones, just the small ones. So minion have a chance to block, which of course doesn't help us, but increase cast speed, increase cast speed, increase cast speed, as well as spell damage, spell damage, spell damage, spell damage. So that's 12, 18, 26% increased spell damage that we don't need to allocate, 9% increased cast speed, which is perfect for a build like this, and of course the big crit multi nodes. That's 45 crit multi, and even 2 more life nodes right here. 4% and 4%. So if you go into here, you place one of these unnatural instinct, um, you know, it becomes a very, very powerful, strong thing that you can do to further increase your damage and be able to get all these, crit multi, the life spell damage as mentioned, and the cast speed. So it's perfect for a build like this, and potentially I will change it later on, drop these nodes over here and spec into here, and will give us, of course, a pretty accessible point. We can put here an intuitive leap. An intuitive leap will allow us to get melding and overcharge, for example, or just a generic crit multi life node, life jewel over here. So yeah, intuitive leap will allow us to have overcharge, dreamer, and melding for pretty much no cost, just instant allocation. No need to travel and path, so it's kind of efficient in this particular node. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the tree, about the character. We talked a bunch. Let's go kill a map. I will grab a Crimson Temple, and we're just going to rush to the boss because we have been talking for quite a bit. I believe I explained everything there is to explain about the build currently, and yeah, no regen minus max. That could be a bit annoying. Minus max is fine. Temp chains though. Okay, temp chains. Temp chains, I guess. Let's go. We just gotta make sure that our warding flask is up and running, and we should be just fine. But minus max could kill us. Also, want to mention that this is a very, very new build for me. So we may die doing this, especially minus max map. I mean, what is happening? There we go. Proximity shields. Of course, we had to come across the map with these guys spawning. It's a bit annoying, but you guys know. You just gotta get inside there and blow them up. So yeah, I'm not going to clear the entire map, but just for you to see kind of like how the build, it feels really, really good. I am enjoying this very much, and again, we just came up with this build basically yesterday. After, I don't know, 12-hour stream or so. Boss, by the way. There goes the boss. Wait, I need to... Oh. There's also kind of like a shaper pack here. There we go. So I basically just right after a 12-hour stream, I went ahead and made this build. I was like super tired, and then I had to go to work. So I did, and I came back. I barely played this character. This is like the second or third boss kill so far. Tier 14, there's still a lot to improve. There's still a lot of jewel sockets. There's still a lot of potential modification that we can do with this build, but for now this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Come check it out on stream. We are going to progress, and I want to try and kill, you know, of course, Elder, maybe Shaper, Uber Elder. We'll see how this goes, but yeah, until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on stream. Much love.